Hey everyone, I'm so glad you're here. I felt very led this morning to give a message. I was in meditation. Sometimes in the middle of the night I wake up and I feel something very strong. And as I was sitting up in bed, I was, in my meditation and sort of connecting. And I was hearing my guides tell me, "You're punishing yourself for being weak." I said, "Okay, guides, is it me? Or is this a collective that I'm hearing this for?" And so I do feel that part of it applies to me, but I also feel it as a collective. There is a message here, guys, for some of you. I feel this is a very spiritual message. Because for those of you who are very connected and very, very much spirituality, your belief in God, your connection with your guides, your connection with your path, and in tune with your intuitive and your gifts, I feel like this could be for everyone. But I also feel like some of you who are on this journey, on this path, as a healer, as a messenger, as a light worker, I feel that this message here is actually for everyone, but take it how it resonates in whatever walk of life you're in. Personally, as a spiritual person, as a healer, I take this to heart. And so I'm asking our guides today to advise us and to give us whatever. Why was I hearing this? You're punishing yourself for being weak. And so as I go into this reading, I'm going to quickly just say a quick thank you to our guides and to ask for this beautiful clearing of our energies so we can facilitate, so we can bring in this message of love, and to allow ourselves to bring in this message to help us on our journey. Anything that helps us grow is a blessing. So if just quickly take a deep breath with me. In and out. And allow this energy to be moved through you. Thank you, Benny, for joining us. My kitty is here, so don't be surprised if he comes into view of the camera, which is okay. He is family, so he's welcome. As long as you don't knock over the camera, you're good. Okay. So I just want to sound the singing bowl real quick, because this is a very beautiful. I believe it's a healing part of our journey. Music, any kind of noise like that penetrates through you. Usually this kind of hits me at the soul level, and it adds something. So let's sound the singing bowl so that we can clear out all of our energy and receive this message. Beautiful. Thank you, guides. And so I'm going to start with the Keepers of the Light, okay, Oracle card deck. And this is by Kyle Gray. He's very well known for his work with the angels. And for those of you who believe in angels, I believe you'll like this a lot. This is very close to the heart and very directed towards those who are spiritual, okay? And so I'll ask our guides to bring in, yes, okay, I feel this. I felt this morning, Transcendence, okay? And so we have one of our guides that comes in to say, listen, honor your force, honor your truth. Steps are being taken. dance with the universe. There's something going on, guys. There's something going on with some of you or all of you that is stirring the pot, so to speak. And I believe that it's awakening your spiritual side for you to, if you don't know anything about spirituality or your beliefs, you're about ready to explore it, okay? And for those of you who are spiritual, I believe that there is a transcendence going on here. There is a something happening within you. You've been going through some sort of upheaval in your life, in your soul. And so Spirit says, listen, you've been living the human experience. And I feel like some of you have been on this spiritual journey and you haven't quite, you feel like you're not where you're supposed to be, okay? You feel like you're kind of at a standstill. And where am I supposed to be? Why am I not moving more? I have the, I've surrendered. I've asked God to take, His will in my life. And I want to say His or hers, because some people see God as His, male or female. I see God as just this one, energy source that, but I'll just always say He for some reason, okay? So I'm not going to split hairs over the pronoun. And so I feel like there's this disappointment within yourself, some of you, okay? You're disappointed. So this energy here, this Lord Shiva, right, who is a source of energy that sort of like an angel that is here to guide us. And with his advice here, he says, you are going through a transcendence here. And as I was hearing in my meditation this morning, it is a very necessary part of your life to transcend into this higher being of light, okay? And it doesn't mean that you have to give up all your worldly possessions. I say this a lot because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Spirituality and growing in faith and growing in your faith doesn't mean you have to give up all your possessions in the world, because we are human beings. We are living the human experience. And I just recently went through something that I think I'm gonna do a separate video and just kind of put some things out there because it might help some people. But in short, I will say that I have just gone through something where I finally was able to surrender. And I was able to be in my truth and accept where I am and where I'm supposed to be right now, okay? So in a relationship that I was in, it sort of was my whole world for a little while, okay? And being the spiritual person that I am, I wasn't using all of my gifts and accessing my connection to my God, my angels, and my guides. And I wasn't using my gifts to connect within myself as much as I should have. But what I've been feeling sort of guilty over this for a little while. And the relationship that I was in, I couldn't see that it was dysfunctional because I was so immersed. This is part of being empathic. I was so immersed in helping to heal this person that I didn't see all the other pieces of it that were dysfunctional. And so over time, my guides were saying, this has to end. This piece of your life has to end. You can't keep it's dysfunctional. It's not helping you. It's deterring you. It's holding you back from your mission to help other people. I was sort of being held captive, not by that person, but by my belief that I needed to be in that situation to help that person, no matter what, no matter how much pain I was going through, no matter how much struggle it was. I was to be in that situation. That's what I truly believed. And so what I want you to know, what Spirit wants you to know is this: you are a human being living a human experience, and we are a beautiful source of energy and light. Those of us who are light workers, healers, and messengers, and whatever light energy you embody and whatever you're trying to do on this life path, this life purpose, we are this being of light, but we are also in encompassing this human life, right? This human experience. And so being as such, we tend to get wrapped up in relationships or situations that where we can't fully see the whole truth. We can't fully see what we need to see, and it stunts our growth. It stunts our spiritual growth. And so over time, this relationship, I didn't realize it, but it was causing me to physical and spiritual exhaustion. And so recently, I told this person, well, not that recently, just a little while ago, that I am no longer where I was in the relationship, because I was starting to see the truth, and that I needed to have my space to grow spiritually, to heal, to and to be able to be on this mission of love. And I say this all the time, guys, I don't really have a specific religion. The religion I have is love. It is spiritual. It is very spiritual. It's a very close connection with my guides, my God, and myself, okay? And my purpose here is to be the messenger of love, to be that person to love someone and help them find themselves so they can love themselves. That's my mission. That's my purpose here. I know that without a doubt. There is no doubt that's what I'm supposed to do. That's why I do what I do on YouTube here for free. And so Lord Shiva here, this energy is saying, you're going through a transcendence, and you need to understand that you shouldn't punish yourself for decisions you've made. You shouldn't be feeling as if you have to make some sort of penance or make up for what you've done, or lost time, or decisions you've made, or even false beliefs, guys. Okay, this is huge. And for me, this is huge. And so our spirit and our guide is telling us, forgive yourself. You have this beautiful life force within you. You have this beautiful drive. Some of you may be going through this experience right now where you feel like you need to nurture something that you haven't in quite some time, okay? And you feel like you need to, you just have this strong urge and desire to give yourself what you deserve, what is rightfully yours, and what has been held back from you, because you've been embroiled in something that has been sucking the life out of you, quite frankly, okay? And so this energy here, this energy, I'm going to call these energy of light, okay? They are guides, and they are here to help us. And so this guide is telling us to express your passion. See here. Yeah, some of you may be feeling very sensual right now because you need that healing. You need that connection. You need that connectivity with somebody, or something that makes you feel passionate, and something that drives you. And so I feel that, for some of you, you may have someone coming into your life, or maybe they already have entered your life, as you have let go of someone else or something else, because you have been holding back yourself from all of these beautiful passions and pleasures in life, right? Because you have felt strongly that come hell or high water, you're going to be that healer for that person. But there comes a time when you have to step back And you have to say, okay, guides, okay, I understand. And so in my former relationship, I had to do that. And as it was a process, I was hearing messages, I was feeling that I have to unglue myself from this person. And I'm not gonna get on, well, this person did this or that and they willingly knew, they were keeping me on the hook. I'm not gonna do that, because it doesn't do any good. What I need to do, and I know what happened in that situation, I know how it really was, I see the real truth now. But as light workers, as people who are on this spiritual mission, we can wrap ourselves up so much in someone or something that we lose sight of the real truth. We lose sight of taking care of ourselves. And so then the universe sends in someone else or something else to spark our creative passions, our something that we have been lacking. And the universe sends that person in for not just for you, but for each other, to whether it's a friend, a romantic partner, or a pet, whatever it is, the universe will send somebody or something in for us to recognize that relationships and how we view them and how we approach them can be beautiful. And so, and when that person or situation or something comes in, we start to see, this is what I've been missing, and this feels so good, it feels amazing. And I will say this, that I have experienced some beautiful doors opening to beautiful relationships, friendships, and people coming in that have shown me how much they care. And they have given me things that I have not experienced before, because I was too wrapped up in other situation. A person, my whole existence was wrapped up in that person. And coming out of that, I can see. And so if you're going through something now where you're transcending and your eyes are being opened now to see the truth and to see what that situation was, please, please don't get wrapped up in guilt, because that was happening to me. And I was in the last few days, and that's why this morning my guides came to me. The last few days I've been experiencing some guilt for allowing myself to be wrapped up in a situation with someone. And I was so wrapped up in being that healer and being that person, that messenger, the person to give everything I have, because I thought that's how it was supposed to be. I truly thought that. And so coming out of that situation where I said to that person, I have to leave now, and I have to take myself away, because a lot of things, a lot of pain that I went through, a lot of dysfunction in that relationship, a lot of heartbreak, and a lot of struggle. It was uphill, guys. It was uphill so much, and it broke my heart so many times. And I was torn between feeling as if this was my mission, that I needed to be, for better or worse, with that person and be that person's support. But what I was shown over a period of time by my guides, by God, and by my internal light and my internal voice, my soul, is that it's never okay to be in a situation where you're so wrapped up in it that you can't grow anymore, individually within yourself or spiritually. And so I recognized it right away. As soon as I heard that, all of a sudden, and I've been hearing messages for a while that I needed to step away so I can grow, but I was ignoring them because I was feeling as if that was just, temptation to not be faithful to my work, my mission, my healing purpose. But it took, I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. The death of my son and a therapist to open my eyes. And the universe said, my guides said, we'll lovingly, they kept saying, we'll lovingly remove you. We'll peacefully remove you so you can see the truth. And so when that happened and my son passed, I wasn't questioning my faith or anything like that, because I knew, he left and he's in a better place, obviously. But I had to seek therapy because I was finding that I wasn't connecting with grief. It's hard to explain, but if any of you have been through grief, of course, most of you probably have, I wasn't connecting with my grief the way I probably thought I should have been. And yes, I grieve every day. Yes, I do. But I was feeling neutral in some ways. And I was thinking it's shock. It's still shock or whatever. But something my therapist told me, she said, listen, and God love therapists. I gotta love them. They tend to pull something out of you that just, I don't know, it just is amazing. And so she said to me, listen, Naomi, you're not able to confront your grief. There is no wrong way to grieve, but she said there's something preventing you from fully dealing with the grief, and it is another situation in your life that's really bothering you, something that's really bothering you. And so I started to tell her everything about the situation, the relationship I was in. And she said, you need to confront, your feelings that you haven't healed yet in that other relationship. Because she said, I know that it was dysfunctional, and you need to come to terms with that so you can put it all away. And then the grieving process can happen more freely and flow more freely within you. And not just that, when she said that, it hit me. It was as if as if she was my messenger in that moment, right? To me. And she said, I thought to myself, and this is how I thought and felt, that it's, as human beings, we can get so caught up in someone else, something else, or a situation, especially as a light worker, guys, as an empath. We can get caught up in loving somebody and in the spirit and the energy of love, right? That we need to, come hell or high water, we have to help this person, and we have to endure whatever it is that we have to endure. That's because we grow up with these traditions, for better or for worse, and to hang in there no matter what. Well, that's not necessarily true. Because when we do that, we give our power away. We give up something so precious to us. We give up that life force that is our own. Nobody else's. It's ours. And we give that up. And we give it up. And we endure the pain. We endure the dysfunction. We endure all of the hardships and the battles. But we do it anyways because we believe we're supposed to. That is not how we were created, especially as light workers, as beings of light. We are here on a mission to help others. My mission is love and helping others find their love and their light. But it's also, I needed to learn how to be in a healthy relationship, and all of that has actually brought me to this place, almost like a tower moment where lightning struck my tower, and I had this epiphany. I had this sudden eye-opening experience that situation was not in any way, by any means, healthy. So what I have learned and what I'm learning is that relationships, it's great to be in a relationship, but I want to bring something healthy to the next relationship I have, or to any situation that I have, or to friendships. I have learned through these experiences how to be in a healthier relationship. And it wasn't an easy process to get there. But I have some very special people in my life that I care very deeply for. Some friends and some, people coming in that we're helping each other heal, but not in a dysfunctional way. This time it's different. It's healthier. I'm seeing myself now the way I would like to be treated, because now I'm feeling healthier towards myself, within myself. But what I was hearing about you're punishing yourself for being weak, I understand what they were saying now, because when I first heard it, I said, what do you mean, guides? Explain. And I was feeling the need to give a reading, because in these readings, a lot of times, their explanation comes through in these readings, and then it hits me. It is a very thin line, a very dangerous line sometimes when you're an empath, a healer. It's a line that can easily be crossed to become in a dysfunctional situation, to be embroiled in it, to be wrapped up in it. But it becomes necessary to be able to pull apart from that situation that you were glued to. And so I'm asking our guides again if there's something else they'd like to say, of course. Yeah, Kuan Yin says, listen, you are someone who cares. You have compassion, but you also have to know who you are. You also have to know where your boundaries are. Yes, you are a being of light. You are an empath. You are a light worker. You are whatever it is you are. But you also have to know that care and compassion goes for you too, not just for someone else. Do not focus on one thing. Know that the love and compassion that you have on this mission of yours, on this life purpose, it has to include you. It can't just be one-sided. It can't be where you're just giving to someone else, and then the situation becomes dysfunctional. Okay? So it's really, really important to give of yourself, but to give to yourself. Giving and receiving. Here we have the voice of truth, okay? Joan of Arc comes in. And let me tell you, there's a lot of times when I feel that energy, that beautiful, courageous energy, and that voice of truth. I am, by nature, a being who I have to be the voice of, I have to be in my truth. I have to have balance. I have to know my truth, and if I don't, how can I be in truth in any other relationship? And so, coming out of this other relationship, this other experience, I feel relieved, I feel freedom, I feel growth, I feel exponential opening up of my heart, my soul, the opening up the gate, the portal to a beautiful new opening to a new beginning, okay? And so I kept hearing new beginnings, Naomi. You're having a new beginning. Let the universe give you your new beginning. And I'm like, I'm ready. And I was hearing, no, no, let go, let go, let go. And so I kept trying to find rationality in that, like, let go of what? Okay, I'm letting go of this, I'm letting go of that. And they're like, no, there's something more you're not letting go of. And so when we go through this transcendence, guys, when we go through this transcendence and these periods of change, our guides will never just spring a change on you. It will always be gradual learning, maybe through a series of listening to a messenger like myself, okay? Bear with me because I don't know how long this is going to go. We're already in at 30 minutes. And so, you know, if you click off and say this is too much for you, okay. Maybe you could come back and visit it later, whatever. I have to go with what Spirit tells me as long as I have to go for. So, I do have to pause just for a second, get a drink of water, but bear with me, thank you. And so, being in this experience that I was in, I knew that I wanted to share with you guys some things, but because I know it will help some of you, not just in relationships, but in situations that you're in. You've been beating yourself up. I know, because I've done it myself, and because we're human beings, that is what we do. And I know some of you, it's more work related and or business related, and why don't I fit in? Why don't I make a success of things? Why is it that every time I embark on something new, I'm either dismissed or whatever. You're in your heads too much, like I was. You're not seeing something beautiful within yourself. You're not seeing the need to grow, and you're not seeing that you can make it without that dysfunction in your life. Okay? In fact, you will thrive. Not can, will thrive. And I know that this new beginning, this is the opening. There's some very, like I said, very special people in my life, and new people that have come in that I have met that I really adore, and I know that they're here. I hope they're here for the long haul. I don't know how long they'll be in my life, but I know that they're here, and I know that we are on this mission, all of us. This journey is all about learning and growing, and when people come into your life, they're there because they need something, and so do you. They just don't realize it. You might realize it if you're a light worker, if you're a messenger, if you're in touch with your spiritual side. But it's a beautiful thing. And so when somebody comes in and you know that you just want to be with them, you know, you want them in your life for however long, it's important to enjoy the moments that you have, and not try to get wrapped up and embroiled in what the future holds with all that. I know people who are wrapped up in always looking for some sort of red flag instead of looking at the positive. And they're their own worst enemy because, you know, it's self-sabotage. And so this transcendence that we're in, I'm going to ask our guides if there's something else. It is about revealing truth. It is about care and compassion, but it's not about throwing someone under the bus or kicking them to the curb because, you know, woe is me, you did this, this, and this, you scumbag. And in some cases, maybe they were, but it's about you. It's about your life force coming to life, guys. Some of you have never experienced that, and so it's important to allow your life force to come back or come in. And sometimes other people are here to show us that, and so they bring in that beautiful energy with them, and you can see within that person that beautiful part of yourself, okay? And so it's really really interesting how this journey works. It's amazing. Thank you. So here, Diana, she is sort of like a moon goddess, I guess, energy, type of energy. And so she says here, yeah, expect the most positive outcome, okay? And so as you go through this transcendence and you're finding your voice of truth, your truth, guys, not the truth of a bad situation so much, not focusing on that. Don't focus on the bad situation that you left behind or are leaving behind. Focus on yourself, your self-care and compassion for those coming into your life and those that are in your life now. And you're focusing on the positivity now. And so Diana, this focused intention here, this energy that she brings with her, she says, I bring this gift of support to help you focus on your true intention, your truth, your voice, your care, your compassion, your life force, to bring you into this beautiful place. Departing from somebody or a situation shouldn't be you shouldn't go kicking and screaming. You should go with grace, and you should go with the intention and the wisdom and the knowledge and the acceptance and the embracing that this is about you, not them. This is about you, not them. This is about you nurturing yourself, allowing yourself to have healthy relationships, healthy people in your life, and being able to allow yourself to grow now the way you're supposed to. And I'm not saying that relationships can stunt your growth, because relationships can be very beautiful, but you have to be able to know when to exit one that just isn't working. Okay? Yeah, I keep looking at this card. I just flipped the deck over. And so Paul the Venetian comes in, and this energy says, I have this gift for you too. This gift of grace for you to experience the grace that is within you, to accept this situation with grace that you're leaving, and to walk through the door of a new beginning with grace. Okay? Love this experience. Love yourself. Don't leave that person or situation behind with hatred, because that's not who you are. That's not who you are. Okay? And so I'm going to open up the Ascended Masters card deck here, and I'm going to ask them what other advice they have for us, because I believe this reading is coming to an end in a minute here. Yeah, look at this. Thank you, Moses. Take charge of this situation, because this is about your precious life force. This is about who you are. This is about your truth. Take charge of this situation. I want to tell you something quickly. For those of you that know the story of Moses, I'm just going to tell you a piece of it. I'm not going to go into it too much. But Moses was given the, I don't know if I want to say task, but I'll say it, given direction by God to lead his people out of their community where they were, because it wasn't safe. It wasn't safe for them. And Moses said, what? Say what? Me? Why would I be the leader? Why would I take charge of this? And God said, because I trust you, and because you need to learn how powerful you are within yourself, and how much of a leader you can be within yourself, and how much you can trust yourself, and your community will trust you, as I'm giving you direction to take these people out and move them to a safe place. So Moses comes upon this, I think it was it the Red Sea, I think, and he says, but God, I can't take these people any further. There's water, there's a body of water here. And so, listen, this is a story, guys, okay? It's a story, so just I believe it's a parable. It is a story. It is a lesson. So just take it as that. So he says, God, wait, you chose me to lead them, but I can't even get them across here. Where am I supposed to take them to safety? There's no way to get across. And God says, do you not have faith? Do you not have faith? If I ask you to do something, where's your faith? And so Moses takes his staff, and so God says, take your staff. He takes his staff, that long staff there. And so he raises his hands to God and he says, okay, make it happen. I trust you. You trust me, I'm going to trust you. And so in the story, the sea parts. So Moses and his people can cross to safety. And so what I'm trying to get at here is he took charge of this situation because he had faith in himself. He had faith in God. And so what our guides are telling you now is to have faith in your journey. Have faith in your mission if you are a light worker, if you are a messenger, if you are whatever it is you are called to do and who you are. Have faith, because there's so much more on this journey for you. Okay? There's so much more for you to experience, but you have to be able to hear the voice of truth and to accept it, to embrace it, to open your eyes to it. Because if you are called to be on a mission here, it is imperative that you stay within a healthy relationships within yourself, with your closeness to God, and with others in other situations, romantic friendship, whatever it is. It's imperative that you stay close, okay? And so we have Mother Mary that comes in and she says, I love you. Right? I am here to tell you and give you the gift of nurturing, to love yourself. And this may not be an easy departure from where you are, where you've been, but it is necessary, because you are in this, or have been in this desolate place, in this desert, this dry desert, where you have felt so alone, even if you're with someone. You should never feel alone. And when you're in a relationship, you should never feel that way. It is time for you to allow those who love you to love you. Healthy love. It is time for you to allow yourself to love you in a healthful way. It's time. And so, our dear, beautiful Archangel Michael is here. And as always, I like to close out the readings with his advice. Focus on divine and perfect health, guys. Your own first, okay? As a light worker, as an empath, as someone who loves dearly and deeply, I can be overwhelming sometimes towards others because I'm so passionate and I care so deeply. But I've had to learn a lesson, a very important lesson, that it's okay to love. It is who I am. I can't change who I am. If I love you, I'm going to love you. There is no black and white there. I will love the hell out of you. But what I've learned more recently is that I also have to leave room to love myself. And so it is a beautiful thing to focus on divine and perfect health within yourself, so that you can love others. And it's okay to love someone deeply, but it's necessary to love yourself deeply. And so in learning these lessons recently, I am learning that the dysfunction of codependency has pretty much gone away from me. I'm still a little bit wobbly in some ways, I still get in my head sometimes, but at the heart and soul, at the core of things, here I am with this life force. And there's so much to give. There's so much for me to give myself. There's so much for me to give others. And so I'm here sharing, and I'm opening up my heart to you guys. And I'm telling you about my experiences, and I know firsthand that the universe will create an exit for you if you cannot do it yourself. And when that happens, it is an eye-opener, and it is a beautiful learning experience. I want to just do one last, thank you, Archangel Michael. One last thing here. Because I'm being called, my eye is being drawn to this deck here, right here. And so I'm being drawn to this deck, and what they want, our guides want to say is, don't let anyone or anything dim your light. Whether you're spiritual or not, don't you ever, and I will never again let anyone take my power from me, and I will never give my power away so that I stunt my own growth. I will never do that. And see how she's sort of rising up? It's time to shine, guys. It's time to bring out that life force so you can shine for yourself, for your world, and watch everything change as you grow, okay? Watch it change before your eyes. What more do I need to say? Lots of love here for you. Stop looking to other people to fulfill your life, to make you happy. And that's not to say don't be in a relationship, because believe me, I love love. I love being, and relationships are important. Romantic friendship, whatever it is, they're important. And so love abounds. Let this love be balanced and fulfilling and healthy. Allow yourself to give, and allow yourself to be loved. Okay? It's important. But I can never find love, some of you might be saying. What? I always attract unhealthy because your life force has been compromised. You have to find that place within yourself to heal. And if you don't know how, talk to me offline. Email me. For those of you who know me, text me. I'm at blossoming1111@gmail.com. And I'm here to help, okay? This is my mission, it's my life purpose. And as I grow, you grow. Or as you grow, I grow. We are connected. We are all one love, one light, one source, one energy, under one supreme energy, on our own individual paths. But we share that one connectivity, and that is energy. So, with that, I'm going to close out this reading. Mother Mary says, love and peace to you all. And stay within your truth. Grow within your truth, okay? You are first and foremost your life purpose. All right, guys. I want to thank our guides very much. Thank you guys for being here, for bringing us through this message, and for loving us enough to give us these messages for growth. And thank you guys for being with me, for listening, for following, for supporting. This is what I do, it's who I am. and I'm here for you. Have a great, amazing, blessed day. And breathe. Breathe, because it moves your energy, okay? Feel free to reach out, like I said, and please, please come. Please either hit the like or comment or subscribe, and that little bell will give you notifications when I put out new content. So please be a part of this community if you feel led. Love you all. Namaste.